Many thanks for joining us on Business Now. I'm blessed, Aminose. With just few days to the planned two-day demonstration declared by organized labor in protest against the hardship and high cost of living in the country, the police authorities have said they will not condone any form of violence during the planned demonstration. The police warning is coming against the backdrop of the alarm by the African Development Bank that rising prices of fuel and other commodities could lead to social unrest in Nigeria, Ethiopia, Angola, and Kenya. The police handed down the riot act over the weekend as the Nigerian Labour Congress gave fresh conditions ahead of the minimum wage negotiation commencing today. On February the 8th, the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress gave a two-week ultimatum to the government to implement the agreement on the palliative for workers to mitigate the impact of fuel subsidy removal and other policies reached last October. The union said they had mobilized their members for the nationwide protest slated for February the 27th and 28th, lamenting that millions of Nigerian workers are facing hunger, erosion of purchasing power, and insecurity due to the reform that drove up inflation. Tanker owners under the edges of Nigerian Association of Road Transport Owners, NATO, said they will halt the transportation of petroleum products starting from today, raising the fear of another fuel scarcity crisis in the country. They said this decision stems from the soaring operational costs experienced by its members, primarily due to the exorbitant price of diesel needed to fuel their trucks for product transportation nationwide. According to the president of NATO, Yusuf Lawan Uthman, concerns over the escalating diesel prices have been repeatedly voiced by NATO members who play a crucial role in transporting petroleum products across the country. He adds that the current price of diesel ranges from 1,250 naira to 1,400 naira per litre, varying depending on the location of purchase. Mr. Uthman further stated that among their grievances is the failed negotiation for appropriate and consummate freight rate for its operations, explaining that existing rate is not supporting members' operations and until a review is approved, they will not return to work. Reacting to this development, the immediate past president of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, that's IPMAN, Chinedu Okoronkwo, advised the authorities to listen to the demand of the transporters as business is actually collapsing under the exchange rate regime. The Distillers and Blenders Association of Nigeria says investment worth over 1.2 trillion naira will be lost, while 5.5 million direct and indirect workers would be out of job if the federal government insists on the recent ban implemented against the production of sale of sachet and PET bottle alcohol in the country. DBAN, a subsector under the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, stated in an open letter addressed to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In the letter dated February the 18th, 2024, DBAN noted that the reason given by the regulator are that the packaging of the alcoholic beverages in sachet and PET bottle is responsible for the increase in alcoholic use among underage, and that the packaging of alcoholic beverages in sachets and PET bottles increases the use of hard drugs. In its pushback, DBAN argued that NAFDAC had no legal or moral justification for placing an outright ban on the production of alcoholic beverages in sachet and PET bottles, adding that the alcoholic beverages are not produced or manufactured with hard drugs, contrary to the assertion of NAFDAC. The distillers also noted that there are no reports from the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency to support the position of NAFDAC that the alcoholic beverages in sachet or PET bottles contain hard drugs. Meanwhile, the Lagos State government has also announced that it will begin full enforcement of the ban on the usage and distribution of styrofoam food containers all over the state today. The government said it will seize and confiscate any styrofoam found in shops within the state. Recall that in January, the state government announced its decision to ban the use and distribution of styrofoam and other single-use plastic across the state. The decision was reached following the menace that single-use plastic, especially the non-biodegradable styrofoam, were causing on the environment. The active fleet of domestic airlines are strong in recent times, leaving many of the airlines gasping for breath. That, according to industry players in the Nigerian aviation sector. From a fleet of over 100 aircraft, less than 50 are active, while many of the planes are either grounded or have gone for maintenance abroad. Many of the airlines are said to be facing acute shortage of foreign exchange to carry out scheduled maintenance abroad, while airlines that already sent their aircraft abroad are accruing millions of dollars in demurrage in addition to the actual cost of maintenance. Virtually all the airlines are affected by current impasse worsened by the hike in foreign exchange, with the dollar hitting an all-time high of 1,536 naira to a dollar in the official market. With the foreign exchange scarcity and the depreciation of the naira, many airlines are unable to carry out scheduled maintenance on the aircraft, leaving many of their planes on the ground. And still on the aviation matters, the Airport Council International has released the annual World Airport Traffic Forecast for the year 2023 to the year 2052, showing the top 20 market for air travel demand among all the key traffic findings. The latest WAT forecast extends its horizon by an impressive 10 years, offering a comprehensive 30 years perspective on airport traffic forecasts at global, regional and country levels. According to ACI World Director General Luis Felipe de Oliveira, the projection indicates that global passengers traffic is set to reach 9.7 billion by the end of 2024, surpassing pre-pandemic levels, and suggests a doubling by 2042 and a 2.5-fold increase by 2052. The report also shows that global passenger traffic is projected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 4.3% from 2023 to 2042 and 3.6% from 2042 to 2052, while global passenger numbers are forecasted to approximately double from 2024 to 2042 to 2.5 times higher in 2052. Looking ahead to 2042, international passenger traffic is expected to reach 8.7 billion and domestic passenger traffic attain 10.6 billion.